Hey, it's your boy KQKC Boxing, throwing down another video. And you know what I realized yesterday, on the weekends I usually like to take it easy. Maybe do one, maybe two, and that's it. You know, I do my usual 3 or 4 or 5 during the week. And I end up still doing 4 yesterday. I'm not bragging. It just that, you know, I called the fight, and, you know, that counts that, you know, so. But I have a long ways to go, and with the support of the LDBC and the support from my subscribers, you know, I believe I will get there. And also, I want to thank all my subscribers for tuning in for me calling my first fight. And they showed up, and they pretty much showed out. So now I'm working on 500, and I appreciate everything. And if you haven't subscribed to KQKC, feel free to do so, and hit the icon bell. You won't get fucking disappointed. Trust me, you won't, because you have a choice of 2 live streams or 2 videos. That's what I do. That's what we do at the LDBC. We keep you informed. We give you up to date. We give you the current state of boxing. In KQKC, I'm gonna give you all that. So it's 6:52 Central Time, my time. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. You're gonna get some boxing news. And yes, Gervonta Davis, he put on a spectacular job last night. Now, first, let's not get too overexcited. For one, he needs to face a more step up, more skilled fighter before I get all excited. Now, don't get me wrong, he's fast. He can punch. He's a hard hitter now. But him and Lomachenko should be the next fight. I don't see what's standing in the way, unless it's Bar Aaron or Floyd Mayweather. Former student, former teacher. Let's put it that way. So, Gervonta Davis is, like I said last night when I was calling the fight, just like I said yesterday when I did a live stream that morning. Gervonta Davis have a promoter that only cares about what he's going to make that night, or what he's going to make off of him. He didn't come in the gym to see how was his weight, how was his eating habits, how was his jab, how was his combinations. It shouldn't take 3 times and to get butt naked on the scale to make weight. Now, if that was any other fighter, no, he didn't make weight, so he don't get the belt. The fight still will go on, but he don't get the belt. That's because Mayweather Promotions, PBC, and I think it's Mr. Schaefer's company, and that's it. So you know they're gonna give him 3 chances, just to make weight. And we talking about 30 minutes they give you to make that weight. 30 minutes. So what he did, he took 30 minutes, didn't make it. Took another 30 minutes, didn't make it. Then he took another 30 minutes, then finally he made it. So we talking about a good hour and a half it took him to make weight. So that's very, very unacceptable. Very unacceptable. And he's back with his older coach. That's Calvin Ford, who's been with him since he was a kid. Who he switched over to Kevin Cunningham, which is a bad idea. Because Kevin Ford been with him as a kid, and he got more love for him as a son than a fighter. And that doesn't mix. This is KQKC, and I'm speaking facts for your ass. That doesn't mix. You don't get that close to your fighter. I mean, sure, you can be close with him, where he can tell you, look, coach, man, I can't get this jab down good. I can't work behind this jab and throw this overhand right. Well, a coach, I'm sorry for the noise. I'm opening up something. A good coach that's not your stepfather or whatever will tell you, well, keep working at it and you will get it. Don't quit. Because everything works behind the jab. It will fall in place. And sooner or later he will get it and it will fall in place. But if you baby him and say, well, let's try something else or whatever, no, that's not going to work. Do your job. And Floyd Mayweather, I'm not coming down on him either. Because I was a Floyd Mayweather fan to the end. Or pretty much till he stepped out that ring. And that's when the real Floyd Mayweather came out. That's when all the grams came off his face. That's when all the hungry for the money came into play. And boy, did it come into play. So, that's basically what we're looking at. We're looking at a promoter that doesn't care about his fighter. Now, Gervonta Davis in the post-conference interview, the one in the ring by Jim Gray, he asked him who's next. And he couldn't even give him a straight answer because he didn't know. The reason for that is because Floyd is very unpredictable. Floyd don't say, hey, look, when you get past this guy, you might get a chance to get a eliminator or something. But no, he didn't do that. So it is what it is, But Tank, he was hungry. And let me take a swallow of my coffee and excuse me. That dog, I had it locked. I had what you call a Yeti cup. A Yeti cup keeps your coffee warm up to 7 hours. Some say 8, I say 7. And if you put something in there cold, it will keep it cold for 7 to 8 hours. I'll say 7. Now, the Yeti cups come real big, or they come regular size coffee, but you can't put them in the microwave because they have a mechanism inside there where you can't see. You can wash it out and everything, but you can't see it. It's inside the cup. You can't see it in the inside, you can't see it from the outside. But it do keep your coffee warm all day long. It's not hot on the outside. So you can walking with you anywhere. So, but anyway, like I was saying, Gervonta Davis needs to get away from Floyd Mayweather as a promoter, because Gervonta Davis last night, sure, officially it was a fight. Yes, that went against Ruiz's record and went towards Tank record. But, oh, it's a motherfucking but in there. But I won't consider that punishment, and I won't consider that as a stepper fight. I won't consider that but a sparring session. Honest opinion. Real talk. Now, I do commend Tank and congratulate him for winning and for getting him out of there. With that right hook. A lot of southpaws don't have that right hook like him and Earl Spence. So, therefore, I would call it a glorified sparring session. You know, with the thrower dancers and all that. You know, so. But, keep in mind, if Floyd have a heart somewhere in there, which I know he does, because if he didn't, he went and took care of Diego Corrales' daughter after he died on her birthday every year till she graduated from high school. I mean, he threw a party out this world for him. He had all the famous singers there, T.I., and they had beef. He had Drake there. Everybody went crazy at the high school there. And he did that for her, because he fought her father. And her father was a good man, Chico Corrales. Or Diego Chico Corrales. Sure, he had a so-called battery charge against his ex-wife. But that's water on the bridge, and may God bless his soul, and may he rest in peace. Now, we all know that KC boxing always, when I do a video, I always gotta take my notes and read off my notes. That way, you get a chance to know that it's not my words, it's someone else's words, and it makes it come to be the truth. Now, what I had said up to this point, hell, that's my shit. Alright? I'm talking when I'm talking. Okay? But I will tell you this. Gervonta Davis came in the ring like he was a superstar. You know, after Michael Jackson Thriller. And matter of fact, the ring walk lasted longer than the damn fight. Yes. See, in the update from the so-called new old media, they call the emerging star, stopped substitute Hugo Ruiz with 1 second to go in the first round of their 12-round, 130-pound title fight, and announced crown of $8,048 at Dignity Health Sports Park, which is a still pub, that's all. A right cross by Davis sent Ruiz to the canvas and brought an abrupt end to the main event. Now, that's 2 fights out of 3 that ended in a KO. Now, sure, Floyd Mayweather was promoting this fight along with Showtime, but you have to understand that this was a shitty card in my book. Both fighters are very, very talented. Now Tank, I understand his situation after Myers tore his retina in his eye. They showed him going through the surgery and everything, and so what's going to happen is he's going to retire if he hasn't already, and if and when he do, he will stand up and tell you. So expect that. Remember, that's the same injury that Sugar Ray Leonard had. Now, with promoter Floyd Mayweather and an array of other celebs that will sit ringside, Baltimore's Davis, 21 now, and 20 KOs, obviously wanted first round knockout and trying to stop Ruiz through those opening rounds. Now, Davis did go for it when he see that he hurt Ruiz. He threw a jab, and I'm not talking about a lazy jab. He threw a jab when he came out with a vengeance. And you know what? The nose just snapped. Yes, he broke his nose, and it was bleeding profusely. You know, the 2 doctors had to come in there and work on his nose. This ain't the movies. You don't pop it back in place. You know, like throw your shoulder out. You don't pop it back in place. You don't hit it against the wall and, oh, that feel good, Doc. I'm back to normal. No, that shit don't work. So, therefore, that's all KQKC got for you right now. I will be doing a live stream at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time this morning. I will be elaborating on all the fights and more to come. Like Leo Santa Cruz is moving up in weight. So Gary Russell Jr., either you move up also, or you stay down where you at. So pretty much he's not going to chase Lomachenko no longer. He's not going to chase Leo Santa Cruz. Because evidently Leo Santa Cruz don't want to fight him. Well, if he did, he'd take on the challenge. Because the challenge been in his face for years. See, what the problem is, his hand speed. So that's why Party can't keep up with him. So with that, that's all KC got for you all this morning on this video. But I will have more on the live stream at 10 o'clock a.m. So I hope you'll be able to join me. And again, anyone listen to the stream, please subscribe to this channel. And hit the icon bell also. And that way you get notified for all my videos and live streams. And I come on Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock Central Time, right after Fanon International Boxing. Fanon Adon, my guy. He's a good brother from the LDBC, and he has been really mentoring me, along with Junior the Truth. So, with that, that's all I have. Thank you, and God bless you. And peace and love.